The Pentagon has confirmed the delivery of long-range precision GLSDB bombs to Ukraine. This was announced at a briefing by U.S. Department of Defense spokesperson Pat Ryder.
They fight to defend their sovereign territory. Additionally, the Department of Defense also announced Friday the 23rd Presidential Drawdown Package valued.
As was acknowledged last year, we will provide Ukraine with GLSDB as part of our efforts to assist with security. However, for the security of our operations, we cannot confirm specific timelines.
The GLSDB rocket is the latest development by the American company Boeing and the Swedish company Saab. The abbreviation stands for Ground-Launched Small Diameter Bomb, a small diameter bomb launched from the ground. Each GLSDB bomb is a combination of two existing systems: the GBU-39SDB air launch bomb with a deployable wing, and the M26 engine from a 227 mm caliber artillery rocket. This engine provides compatibility with the M270 and M142 HIMARS multiple launch rocket systems and a maximum range of up to 150 kilometers. The engine's task is to accelerate the bomb and then detach. After that, the projectile moves using retractable wings, which is why it is often called a glide bomb. Accordingly, the range of the munition is increased thanks to the wings. To guide the GLSDB to its target, a global positioning system, GPS, and an inertial navigation system are used. The accuracy of hitting the target is about 1 meter. It can be launched from the existing MLRS M270 or HIMARS rocket systems in Ukraine. In the arsenal of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, GLSDB bombs will actually fill the gap between HIMARS rockets and cruise missiles. GLSDB is capable of striking both stationary and moving targets and can penetrate almost a meter of reinforced concrete. Thanks to their small size, they are very difficult for air defense systems to track and intercept. It is noteworthy that this type of missile is not yet in service with any country. The final tests of the GLSDB were conducted in 2015, and after that, Boeing did not receive any orders for this weapon. This is not surprising, since NATO countries have weapons with a much greater range. Air-launched and sea-launched missiles like Tomahawk or JASSM can hit targets at distances of over 1,000 kilometers, so there was no need for new products from Boeing and Saab until now. When the U.S. first developed their HIMARS multiple launch rocket system, it wasn't as accurate to the meter as it is now. At that time, the current favorite of Ukrainian artillerymen used M26 rockets with cluster munitions, which were unguided and had a range of only 35 kilometers. But in the 2000s, the world decided to abandon the use of cluster munitions by introducing the relevant convention. Though the United States didn't sign the document, they still abandoned these rockets because they were considered inhumane. The M26S began to be replaced with new guided munitions. The M30A1, M30A2, and M31, the very ones currently used by Ukrainian HIMARS. Consequently, the question arose about disposing of the old M26 rockets, which had accumulated in large numbers in warehouses. And here the engineers from Boeing and Saab proposed their own upgrade concept. It involved increasing the engine's lifespan and replacing the old warhead with a high-precision GBU-39 glide bomb. This modernization option not only increased the range of HIMARS and M270 munitions, but also made the new products significantly cheaper. A significant advantage of the GLSDB is its low cost, around $30,000 to $40,000. This is 10 times cheaper than similar range munitions for HIMARS. Of course, it's not a Tomahawk or an ATACMS, but it still provides much greater capabilities for striking at long distances. Receiving the GLSDB will bring Ukraine the following advantages. It is estimated at $40,000, unlike the significantly higher cost of ATACMS missiles. The guidance system of the ground-launched small diameter bomb is specifically designed to operate in a constrained environment. The target engagement range is half that of ATACMS, but it will almost double the current range of domestic multiple launch rocket systems and HIMARS. The ability to strike directly where ATACMS is much more limited. GLSDB can destroy an aircraft in its hangar right through the roof, or so to speak, by coming in through the door. The bomb's body is made of carbon fiber and filled with explosives, providing a more focused explosion. GLSDB has the ability to fly on ballistic trajectories and maneuver to hit targets that cannot be reached by conventional weapons. The only drawback of the guided bomb is that it can only hit stationary targets. And in order to destroy a moving target, the missile must have a special seeker head and be guided by a laser beam from a drone or an aircraft. The version equipped with a laser in the guidance system can follow a moving object that is traveling at speeds of up to 80 km per hour. However, this version is unlikely to be supplied to Ukraine. GLSDB missiles could provide Ukraine with an entirely new capability to strike Russian targets. If deployed in the northeastern part of Ukraine, the range of GLSDB missiles would cover northern Crimea, Russia's land corridor through Mariupol and Melitopol, as well as Russian border regions such as Belgorod Oblast. There is also a map showing the range of extended-range munitions currently in service with the Ukrainian armed forces. GLSDB missiles are not a wonder weapon or some kind of miracle weapon. They are simply an additional means of striking targets. Considering that the Ukrainian armed forces have a certain shortage of shells, being able to fire at a distance of 150 kilometers is definitely better than 20, 30, or even 40 kilometers, which is the range of tube artillery or multiple launch rocket systems. The use of GLSDB will allow Ukraine to attack military targets in the Russian rear that were previously out of reach, and they will definitely come in handy.